Hello friends, I welcome you to EPG Pathshala. My name is Dr. Amit Katoj and I am working as Assistant Professor in University Institute of Hotel and Tourism Management of Punjab University. Dear students, I would be taking module number 19, that is sources of funding, incentives and concessions extended for tourism projects. Under the paper Tourism Planning and Sustainable Development. The objectives of this module are to acquaint the students to number 1. Understand the meaning and concept of funds, incentives and concessions. Number 2. Understand the need for funding in tourism development. Number 3. Know about various agencies for funding for tourism projects. Number 4. Know about the various concessions given by the government for tourism projects. Number 5. Aware about various national and international organizations which are involved in funding for the various tourism projects. Tourism emerged as an economic term and a known field only after the second 5-year plan in 1956. Though Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister of India, was the first person to recognize it. He powerfully believed that tourism could play an essential role in economic development of India by not only offering chances such as employment, forex, revenue, but in terms of international cooperation, peace and harmony also it benefits the whole world. Since the introduction of the first 5-year plan, a large number of important steps have been taken to improve tourism till date. From the making up of Indian Tourism Development Corporation in 1966, several tourism policies and committees have been formed to develop tourism in India. Whether it was 1982 National Tourism Policy, setting up of Tourism Committee in 1988, formation of Tourism Finance Corporation in 1989, the National Action Plan 1992, National Strategy to Promote Tourism in 1996 and a new tourism policy in 1997 and 2002, all were made to develop the tourism sector. Apart from central policies, policies have also been implemented at the state levels. Apart from the center and state governments, a large number of other bodies, both at national and international level, have been also supporting funding in tourism. At national level, organizations like Tourism Finance Corporation of India, Indian Tourism Development Corporation, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Environment, and at international level bodies like UNWTO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, angel investors, the World Bank Group, Indian Monetary Fund, that is IMF, Asian Development Bank, ADB, are involved in funding activities in tourism. There are numerous examples where these organizations have given funding to develop a form of tourism and to support sustainable development in tourism. In similar fashion, the Government of India, Ministry of Tourism and the United Nations Development Programme, that is UNDP, in India have been engaged in an H on Rural Tourism project in 2002. This endogenous project, that is Rural Tourism Scheme ETPRTS, covered 36 sites spread geographically all over the country, but these pilot project experiences had much to offer in terms of knowledge about the connection between the community dynamics and tourism projects. Development of tourism at tourism destinations can have a severe mass impact due to uncontrolled growth and ignorance of the carrying capacity of the place. Though The emphasis has to be to attract more tourists at a destination and improve the socio-economic status of the locals. But at the same time, the emphasis should be also to maintain and conserve the place. Whenever we want to bring holistic development of tourism at a destination, it is not a simple task, as you may not be able to bring changes at all places in a destination. There may be some locations or destinations under the jurisdiction of central agencies such as ASI, Port Trust in India, ITDC, etc., and you may not be able to bring total transformation at a single place. At times, you may have funding issues, or sometimes you may have issues related to other resources. Hence, in order to get rid of all such insufficiencies and to bring active involvement of the central agencies, so here the tourist interest assets owned by central or state governments or union territories or central agencies should be involved in the various tourism projects. They can surely be developed through the role of those central agencies and coordination with other specialized or expert agencies. The renovation work could be done by expert or specialized agency duly approved by central agencies like ASI, Port Trust and ITDC and under their management. So, then the central ministries such as railways would play the role as the central agencies and help in providing financial assistance to the tourism projects. In case the central agency is working as an execution agency, the product developed shall be shifted to the concerned authority on achievement of work. Now I will discuss about the meaning of funding, incentives and concessions. Funding refers to providing or lending financial assistance or resources to finance a need, program or a project. In general, funding means when a particular firm fills the need of cash of other firm or organization from its internal reserves. Funding also means lending grants of authority to an agency, department or a unit to incur their monetary obligations and to pay for them. Funding in simple words is giving or facilitating physical or financial aid to other agency or firm for starting a new business or incurring the day-to-day expenses of the business. Funding also supports other businesses to expand its current operations and upsurge their market reach. Funding is the act of contributing financial resources, mostly in the forms of money or other values such as effort or time, to finance a need, program and project, generally by a private institute or government. This word is used when a firm uses its internal assets to accomplish its prerequisite for cash, while the term funding is used when the firm gains capital from external sources. Incentives. Incentives are payments or concessions given to stimulate greater output or investment. Incentives are paid in order to stimulate larger outputs or investment. Government provides a lot of incentive scheme for the development and growth of different industries including tourism. Concessions. Concessions is a contractual right to carry on a certain kind of business or activity in a region, such as to discover or develop natural resources at a place. In simple words, concessions are discounts given in form of monetary or non-monetary terms. Concessions are given for the betterment or development of economic conditions of the society in order to improve their quality of life or standard of living. Ministry of Tourism, Government of India is providing a lot of concessions and incentives for the growth of tourism in India. A lot of tourism programs and projects are being given incentives and concessions in order to develop various tourism sites or areas. Now I will discuss about the sources of funding. There are numerous number of national and international organizations funding tourism projects in the country. Some of them are such as Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Ministry of Tourism is one of the major organization which is funding a large number of tourism projects throughout the country. Projects like development of tourism infrastructure, for instance, development of airports, railways, hotels and restaurants, eco-tourism projects, rural tourism projects are the various projects which are being undertaken. Also, various state tourism departments act as funding agencies. Different state tourism departments are also playing a crucial role in funding tourism projects in their states. The focus is to develop tourism projects like adventure tourism spots, rural tourism sites, eco-tourism sites, development of places of importance. For instance, religious sites in the state, development of health and yoga tourism and state tourism department also give financial assistance to the various stakeholders like tour operators, travel agents, hoteliers and homestay owners. Tourism Finance Corporation of India is also a source of funding in tourism sector. TFCI is one of the major organizations funding tourism projects in India. TFCI normally considers financial assistance to projects with capital cost of at least rupees 20 crores, but for providing financial assistance to heritage hotels, restaurants, food courts, pubs, tour operators, travel agents, transport sector, recreational facilities and also for renovation and gradation work of various facilities. Also, the various costs are given depending upon the nature of the project involved. Indian Tourism Development Corporation ITDC is also a source of funding in the tourism sector. ITDC also funds various tourism projects throughout the country. The focus is on development of the hotels and other hospitality related units. It also aims to fulfill the increasing demand for accommodation and maintaining the world class standard. United Nations World Tourism Organization UNWTO also acts as an funding agency. It is a very important organization in the world which is funding a lot of tourism projects across the globe, keeping in mind sustainable development. UNWTO also focuses for the development of tourism and maintaining world class standards in the development process. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, also funds tourism projects. UNESCO plays an important role in funding of different projects in the area of tourism. The preservation and safeguard of World Heritage Sites wouldn't be possible without the monetary resources to encounter the World Heritage needs. Sources of revenue include the World Heritage Fund, which obtains most of its income from compulsory contributions from countries and from voluntary contributions. Other sources of revenue comprises of profits pumped out from auctions of World Heritage publications or funds in trust that are donated by countries for a particular work. Angel investors are also funding various tourism projects. Now, The angel investors are very important private organizations which fund tourism projects throughout the globe. They are rich or affluent person or institution who give their capital for a business startup, for convertible debt or ownership equity. This segment of investors is growing up through online equity and investing their capital or giving the guidance to their portfolio companies. Angel investors put up their money or capital in minor startups or entrepreneurs. They may give one-time investment to move the business and encourage the company in their hard times. He is also known as informal investor or angel funder or business angel or seed investor or also known as private investor. The World Bank Group also acts as a funding agency for tourism projects. The World Bank is a major source of funding for various projects throughout the world. It also funds various tourism projects across the globe. World Bank works on all major areas of development and provides financial products and technical assistance. It focuses majorly on development of rural areas and improving the quality of lives of people of different communities. IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, also acts as a funding agency for tourism. It is an international organization with members of 189 countries functioning to raise global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, encourage high employment and sustainable economic growth, and alleviate poverty around the world. IMF is also a major source of funding for various tourism projects in India and throughout the globe. It gives financial assistance for tourism projects like rural and ecotourism areas. Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Environment also acts as a funding agency for tourism projects. Ministry of Rural Development is also a major source for funds for the development of tourism projects like rural tourism areas, and even Ministry of Environment also gives financial assistance for development of rural sites and environment protection like protection of national parks and biodiversity reserves for the purpose of tourism. Ministry of Environment have been conducting various environmental protection programs, projects, and also is funding the various projects. Asian Development Bank, that is ADB, also is a funding agency for tourism. It is a local development bank which was founded on 19 December 1966, which is headquartered in the Ortigas Center situated in Manila, Philippines. Asian Development Bank also preserves 31 field offices throughout the world to encourage social and economic development in Asia. Asian Development Bank also offers funding and financial assistance for tourism projects in India and across Asia. Now I will discuss about incentives and concessions for tourism projects in India for different states. All the state governments in India have also implemented and subsidized multiple number of tourism plans with the aim to improve the tourism potential in their states. Numerous financial incentives and investor friendly policies are being implemented by the state governments for the development of state tourism infrastructure. Financial incentives are given to tourism projects and investor friendly strategies are followed in the various states of India. The various tourism strategies which are followed in some of the states are as follows. Himachal Pradesh, there is no tax on entertainment units for a period of 10 years. Also, the relaxation of taxes for homestay tourism units has been for a period of 10 years in the rural areas in order to boost private business persons for setting up of tourism units. the state is giving incentive of 15% as capital investment up to a maximum of rupees 50 lakhs. Also, the new hotel units opened in the tribal areas are exempt from giving luxury tax for a period of 10 years. Also, overdue payment of luxury tax by the hotels and tourism units have been relaxed. Special incentives for satellite towns and cyber cities will also be given with investment of USD 21.5 millions by NRIs and foreign investors. Punjab. Land would be easily provided on nominal terms for setting up of hotels and restaurants in Punjab. Also, soft loans are given for setting up of new tourism projects and for extension of the old tourism projects. Haryana. No charge on electricity for 5 years for tourism purpose has been done. Also, provisions for personalized, that is tailor-made incentives for tourism projects having outlay of INR 0.3 billion have been done. The tourism projects are given facilities for land auction and institutional finance. Uttarakhand. In case of Uttarakhand, 100% exemption or entertainment tax for first 3 years and 30% for the next 5 years is given to the tourism units. Also, 100% tax exemption on amusement parks and ropeways for 5 years has been given. The new projects in Uttarakhand are given subsidy to the tune of INR 3 million as facility of capital investment. Also, the new tourism units will have no tax rebate for 5 years for the payment of luxury tax. Also, 20% assistance or support is given for investment of INR 1 million. Easy land availability on equitable price for tourism on certain terms and conditions also is applied in Uttarakhand. Jammu and Kashmir. INR 0.7 million capital subsidy has been given for taxi drivers or the transport operators. The tourism unit projects which has valuations of more than INR 250 million have capital subsidy up to INR 10 million. There is subsidy for conversion of travel agencies to the level of 50% in the project cost. The houseboats in Kashmir are given subsidies for repair and maintenance. Grants, that is subsidy to the tune of INR 0.7 million has been also given on adventure equipments. Rajasthan. There is no tax for 7 years for the new tourism entities, 50% stamp duty exemption, 100% luxury tax exemption, 50% electrical duty exemption, 50% entertainment duty exemption and 50% conversion charges have been given in Rajasthan. Also, hotel and motel can avail interest subsidy. Tourist areas have to pay low land conversion charges. Institutional finance is also provided for tourism units. Uttar Pradesh. A large number of benefits has been given to organizations working in tourism sector such as exemption of 5 years on luxury and entertainment tax. In case of new ropeways, exemption of trade tax for restaurants. Also, the paying guest houses have been given exemption for entertainment tax. No charges on stamp duties are given. Also, the state gives 10% subsidy and capital subsidy schemes for heritage hotels. In Uttar Pradesh, facility of institutional finance and monetary support to tourism amenities in hilly areas is also given. Kerala. Industrial tariff on electricity charges for the first 5 years for tourism projects classified as responsible tourism projects is given. Also, investment subsidy subject to a maximum ceiling limit of rupees 20 lakhs is given. Gujarat. In Gujarat, Land bank policy to identify and earmark land to be provided for the various tourism projects. Also, different financial benefits, that is incentives, are given in 2010-15, including tax breaks such as luxury tax in hotels. Also, there is decrease in VAT charges on food and beverage, natural gas, and reduction in entertainment tax. Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, luxury tax exemption available to new units, and also during expansion of new units for a period of 7 and 10 years based on their location. Also, there is an exemption from entertainment tax for a specific period 5, 7 or 10 years based on location and nature of tourism project. Property tax for tourism projects at residential tax rates is also being facilitated. Madhya Pradesh. Capacity subsidy to new hotels and restaurants at select tourist locations. New tourism projects are exempt from entertainment tax for 10 years. Caravan buses used for tourist transport purposes are exempt from road tax for a period of 5 years. Karnataka. Concession in stamp duties for new tourism projects. Also, lower registration charges for new projects as per the industrial policy. Also, investment subsidy between rupees 10 lakhs and rupees 30 lakhs is given. 100% exemption of entertainment tax for all newly constructed cinemas, theatres for the next 3 years have been given. Andhra Pradesh. Capital investment subsidy with a maximum ceiling of rupees 30 lakhs, repaying of stamp duty and transfer fee paid for registration, compensation of 25% VAT paid in a financial year as a grant to pay VAT in the following year. 25% entertainment tax will be plowed back for entertainment components in theme parks. Odisha. Capital investment subsidy for all new projects subject to a maximum ceiling of rupees 40 lakhs. Also, interest subsidy for all new tourism projects where the investment is more than rupees 10 lakhs subject to a maximum of rupees 1 crore. On purchase of land for tourism projects, 50% discount on stamp duty is given. Compensation of 30% of a real net VAT paid subject to a maximum of rupees 10 lakh per annum has been given. West Bengal. Capital subsidy for new tourism projects subject to a maximum ceiling of rupees 150 lakhs of subsidy. Interest subsidy to the extent of 50% of the annual interest liability subject to a limit of rupees 25 lakhs per year. Also, there is a waiver on electricity duty on the registration fee paid for tourism projects. Refund of 50% of stamp duty will be given back. Now, I would conclude the summary of the module. In order to start or expand any small or large business, there is a need for capital or funds. Without capital, it is very difficult to start or run a business. Every business requires or need capital or funds at the time of initial start and for its day-to-day operations. In order to fulfill the demand for capital or funds, there are number of organizations, both public and private, national or international, who are providing financial assistance to both small scale and large scale industry. Similarly, in tourism business, there is a need for capital or funds for the starting for its operation, and there are different corporations and organizations who are funding tourism projects all over the country. For instance, ITDC, TFCI, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Environment, different state tourism boards, angel investors. Also, there are international organizations who are funding tourism projects all across the globe, such as UNWTO, UNESCO, IMF, ADB, etc. Both these national and international organizations play an important role in the development of small and large scale businesses in tourism and travel trade. Even the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India and various state tourism departments are providing or giving different concessions and incentives for starting or running a tourism business in the country, with the aim of development of the tourism industry and the economy as a whole, and focusing on sustainable side of tourism development, so that benefits is incurred both for the host and the guest. Also both socio-economic and environmental development is there, preservation of natural resources of the country is there, and to boost the flow of tourists in the country and make the tourism industry more organized and improve the status of tourism in the country. At the end, I would like to say that obviously any tourist destination that has to have funding also needs to get courtesy to their issues. Thank you and have a good day.